Hello and welcome to Chocolate Covered Games Monthly Melt for the month of November 2022.
Mhm.
I'm Doug,
I'm Tim.
and we start off with our fives.
Yep. And this month you got to choose our fives.
I did, and so I chose our 5 games that you would play with someone who isn't a gamer, that you'd use to teach them or get them into the hobby.
Yes.
Is that a good way to explain it?
Well, the way you worded it to me is introductory games.
Yeah, a game that we would use to introduce somebody.
Because the way you just worded it would change my list. But introductory games is
It's all the same.
No, the way you're like, a person that doesn't play a game, I'm like, okay, I'm pulling out Monopoly because they'll begrudgingly played it because they've heard it.
No.
And all board games to people are Monopoly.
No, introductory games that we'd play with people who don't play board games.
Yes, now that's how you explained it this time. But not what you just said at the beginning. You're like games you begrudgingly drag people into.
Yep. So I'm guessing your number one is a crossover with me in
Monopoly?
Through the Ages.
Yep.
Or Twilight Imperium.
I went with Queen's Gambit.
Yep. So we'll actually start with Tim's number 5.
Okay, my number 5 is a game that I don't think you've played. I played once.
Okay.
And that is Modern Art.
Nope, haven't played it.
Okay, Modern Art I chose because the main mechanic of it is auction.
Okay.
It's a very simple auction mechanic. Each game I chose based off of mechanics.
All right.
So this one was...
Yeah, I guess that's sort of how I did it.
It's a game where there's 5 different artists in the game, like classical modern artists, and their art goes up for auction.
Okay.
And you auction off, and whoever the auctioneer is the one that gets the money. So you're hoping for a good auction so you have more money to spend. But there's, only so much money out there because there's no, bank kind of thing. So it's a good auction learning game for people, I think. And it's fun because it also gives you a little set collection because the more art of a certain artist you have, at the end of each round, you sell off that art and the value goes up.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played that game.
Yeah.
It's more of a party game, though, isn't it?
No.
No? Okay, I always thought it was a party game.
I think max it plays 5.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have a really small party of 5 at the show.
Yep. So my number 5 is probably the most complicated game on my list.
Okay.
But I think it works because the easiest way to explain it is Yahtzee.
Okay.
And that's dice thrown.
Okay.
You tell the people if you get a full house, 5 of a kind, 3 of a kind, you get to do what's on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like Yahtzee, I think you'd like dice thrown.
Okay.
And it's just as simple as that. Roll the dice. Whatever you match on your board, you do that action of fighting against the other person. They roll their defense dice. They either defend it or they don't. So it's just as easy as that.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good way to explain it.
It's a good introductory game.
So yeah, that's my number 5 and probably the most complicated game on my list.
Okay. My next game on my list falls under the party category.
Okay.
Because I think a party game is a good introductory game.
Yeah.
There's 18 people here, and you don't want to be the one person not playing kind of thing. So they're begrudgingly playing.
Yeah.
And I figure a good party game to have to introduce people would be a game where wins and losses kind of matter, to the person themselves.
Yeah.
Because most party games, there's how you score, but no one ever does that part.
Yeah.
So this one has a winning and losing condition. That's One Night Werewolf.
Okay. I don't think I've ever played One Night Werewolf.
The reason,
One Night Ultimate Werewolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the werewolves.
Yeah. I've never played any of those.
The thing that I liked about this for introductory is it's driven by one person running the game. So they're telling you what to do throughout. It's like, okay, everybody close your eyes. And it's like, if you have this roll, look now, do a thing. It's like, you don't have to memorize. Someone is literally pulling you through the game.
Yeah.
So I think a party game is a good introductory game, especially if like they're forced to play and everybody's like, "Hey, you gotta play, otherwise none of us can play, and we'll all hate you," kind of thing. So that's my number 4, One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
All right. So my number 4 is also a party game.
Is it one or
just one?
Okay.
Yep, it is just one. Because again, it can play up to however many people. Mm-hmm. You know, it comes with the little dry erase things, but you could use pen and paper.
Yeah.
And so one person picks the word on a card. There's 5 choices on the card. Yeah, they don't get to see it. They pick a number. Yeah. Everybody else gets to see what it is. And then they write down a one-word clue for that. And then the person closes their eyes. And everybody who got to write down their clue shows each other. And everybody matched. Whoever matched clues,
those clues go away.
Those clues go away. So you could be left with like one clue.
Yep. Or really lucky 0.
Yeah, we've never had that happen.
Yep.
But I think out of all the party games that we've played, mm-hmm. I think this has been the game we've had the most fun with, mm-hmm. and we've played with the widest range of people.
Yeah.
You can play with somebody who's never played a game in their life, mm-hmm. and I think that they will have a good time. Mm-hmm. And you can make your clues very generic mm-hmm. or very specific. In one of our games, the word was legendary. The clue I wrote down was me. So, but it's a great game to play with those who have never played games, introductory style. Just one.
Okay. My number 3 game is a cooperative deck building game.
Okay.
You own quite a bit of, and that is Marvel Legendary.
Okay.
I wanted to put a deck builder on here because it's a good thing to learn because you can transfer that over to every deck builder.
A lot of games, yeah.
But I wanted a deck builder where they're not competing against each mm-hmm. other. So I figure a cooperative deck builder would be the best way to go.
Yeah.
You know, originally I thought, well, maybe I would do Hero Realms or what you call it?
Star Realms, something like that.
Yeah. But I'm like, well, there you're going against the person, so when you're teaching, you always have the advantage.
Yeah.
So playing a game where you're working together with the person, that advantage won't matter. Plus, you know, Marvel is a very popular IP, so people can get into that.
Yeah.
Put it over DC Deck Builder for the sure reason that you're, you know, not facing each other.
That's cooperative.
There's no special things, like you don't have bases in front of you. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very simple deck builder that you can work together with.
Yeah.
So that's my number 3, Marvel Legendary.
Right. So my number 3 is actually 2 games. But they're so similar that I don't separate them.
All right. You tell me them both and I'll pick for you.
And even when I do my top 100, I do separate them there, though I just need to combine them because they always end up within 1 or 2 of each other.
All right, so it's the Duke and the Jarl.
The Duke and Jarl, the Viking tile laying game. Yeah. Same game. The only thing is in the Duke, the pieces slide, and in Jarl, they can jump.
Correct.
So if you have somebody that likes chess or checkers, these games are an advanced version of that. Not even an advanced version. They literally tell you on the tile what the piece does.
Yep.
And how to move it. You know, to me, chess is almost more complicated because the piece doesn't tell you what to do.
No, there's only 7 pieces.
Yeah, but, you know...
Yeah, 6. I was off by 1.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you on each thing what it does. Like the piece I put out, so when I draw that tile out of the bag and place it, it tells me the only way I can move that. There are some things that can make it more complicated if you add like the mountain expansion and the Duke. But very simple chess style game. I could have put Onitama in here as that because again, that's very checkers like with cards that tell you how to move your piece.
Yeah.
So I think if you have somebody who isn't a gamer but knows how to play chess, the Duke or Jarl is a good way to get them into the gaming hobby. So that's my number 3.
Okay. My number 2 hurts me to put on the list. Like when I wrote it down, it physically pained me because I chose.
Does the game beat you up? Like,
because I chose this over one of my favorite games of all time.
So you didn't put Pylos.
Well, this is a worker placement game.
Okay.
And, when it comes to worker placement, my favorite worker placement is Everdell.
Okay.
We literally have a box the size of a miniature dog on this table full of Everdell right now. It's a great worker placement game. The thing is, I wouldn't put that for an introductory game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things going on there. It's like
but the base game, I think you could use.
The base is still a lot. You got 4 locations. You got 6 up here. There's a lot to keep track of. It's a good game, but the game that always ranked higher on BGG for family games is a worker placement as well.
Yeah.
And that's Wingspan. People love Wingspan. It's not a bad game.
No, it's a very good game, but would it be something I'd play with as an introductory game?
Absolutely. There's not a whole lot to do when you break it down. Each round, which I believe there's 4 or 5, you get one extra thing to do. And there's only so many locations. You can either go get food, you can replenish food, you can place a bird, or you can get a bird. There's 4 actions.
Yeah.
It's a very simple game. And that's why I put it over Everdell, because there's not a whole lot you can do. There's very few things to keep track of. I think there's only like 4 resources.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that's one of the most popular games out there.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was doing a resource management game like that,
now
worker placement.
Oh, there's simpler worker placements out there. But I figured if I want an introductory game that I know they can get now and pick up at the store that is popular, that they can find people to play with, and I think it's a theme that people can enjoy, Wingspan.
Yeah, so did you put that on just because of the list?
Which list?
This list. Because I think personally you would probably pick something like Creature Comfort because of the theme.
I do, but that game goes longer.
Yes, it does go way longer.
And there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spaces. This narrows your choices down to 4. That's why
I like Creature Comforts better.
Creature Comfort's fun, but there's the whole sideboard you have to keep track of.
That.
Seasons are changing, so the things you get are constant. I prefer Everdell, Creature Comfort, Stone Age, fun worker placement games. But I want, for introductory, simple.
Yeah.
And Wingspan is a very simple game. Now, of course, the add-on makes it tougher, but basically, simple Wingspan.
That was your number 2.
Correct.
So my number 2 was mentioned by you, but not on your list.
Okay, about to say, because I don't think Marvel... Is it Everdell?
No. So it's when you were talking about Marvel Legendary. I put DC Deck Builder.
Okay.
Because to me, DC Deck Builder is the purest sense of a deck builder.
Over deck building, the deck building game?
We haven't played that. Because literally you can take the theme of DC off, and it's just deck building, words on the cards, how to do it.
Yeah.
Though Legendary, yes. As a cooperative game, you can work together, help that person understand it.
It takes away things like bases that keep in
Yes.
front. And those are the things that, even us, while we play, we'll have them in front and we'll just forget to do them sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and again, you don't have to buy those cards.
No, but I mean, there's they
do help.
Yeah, and they do give you powers.
But if in just a pure sense of deck building, other than Dominion, like
Sure.
base Dominion,
Yeah.
because my favorite game of all time is a deck builder,
Yeah.
which you hate.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because it's a very boring theme.
It's not a boring theme. It's baseball.
Yeah, it's based off a very boring game.
I love baseball.
The introductory sport of sports. I'm going to throw something at you. Defend yourself by swinging wildly this stick.
Yeah. So I took it as it's the basic, to me it's the most basic form of a deck building game. But I do agree with you with the legendary where you're working together.
I think a game I would have put over DC Deck Builder for Deck Builder would be what was it called? It was Town Builder. It's like Covenant Town Builder. Covenant Town Builder.
There was that I would actually put that as a next level deck builder.
You think?
Yes.
I thought that was pretty simple.
I think your two basic deck builders, well, other than Dominion.
Yeah.
DC as the straight up deck builder, Marvel as the cooperative one.
Well, I would say Cryptozoic, because all the Cryptozoic deck builders are the same formula.
Yeah, so DC, Teen Titans. I love all those basic Cryptozoic deck builders.
Yeah.
I love those. I love Marvel Legendary. I really want to play because I love the themes from Renegade, the G.I. Joe deck builder, the Transformer deck builder. I'm not a Power Rangers guy because that was your era, but I'd love to play those.
Yeah.
I am a deck builder guy. That is my genre, and I just figured DC deck builder is a pure good way to teach.
Okay. My number one for introductory game is a 2-player game, because I always figure a 2-player game is good to have as an introductory game. There's a lot of great 2-player games out there that I could have gone with, but I figured, what am I really missing from my list? And one of the most popular games out there that keep game shops in business are your Pokemons and your Magic.
I figured it was Magic.
Yeah. Well, kind of, because the person that created it was one of the people that worked on Magic, like in the 4th through 5 generations.
Yeah.
And that game is Radlands, a CCG game in a box. It's a dueling card game. It's probably the simplest version of a dueling card game you'll have, because you don't have to bring your own deck. Somebody's not making a deck for you. You're literally forming your deck as you're playing. Now there's a caveat. I would say only teach this to a new person if you have the mats. The mats help.
Yes.
Because they tell you where everything goes. I mean, there's not a lot of things to place out there. It just tells you, you have 3 rows in front of you that are 3 across. And it tells you where your water goes. It limits what you can do because you can only spend, your water, so you're not worried about mana or victory power or, this or that. It's just these 3 things. Oh, I can buy this. I've done that.
Yeah.
It's the simplest dueling card game out there. And if it's something you like, there's a lot of CCG, TCGs out there.
Yeah.
And this would be a good introductory version of that kind of system. I think it's a way to get people into the hobbies.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's a little more advanced, but.
Well, like I said, there's not everything on the card tells you what to do.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do per your round. You don't have to learn things like tapping or spending or upgrading cards. This literally, the cards go out there. Oh, he's more powerful than me, or his card kills me. That card goes away.
Yeah. It's not one that was even on my radar. And I realized that I forgot a game that I was gonna put on here, and for some reason I put something else on.
Was it Marvel United?
No.
Was it Pan
I didn't
Am?
even think about Marvel United.
Was it Pan Am?
No.
Space Invaders?
No. It's nothing sitting over there.
Okay, I was going to say the top one.
The Magnificent?
Well,
No,
yeah,
we haven't played that.
Well, no, it also doesn't look like a beginner game.
No. I was going to put Birds of a Feather, but I completely forgot about it. But my number one is a game that we've probably taught to more people than anybody else.
Pylos.
No, that's a terrible game.
I disagree.
No, it's a game that if I made a list of games I want to throw against the wall while I'm playing, that is my number one.
Yeah, they roll back to you. They're little spheres.
It would anger me there.
It comes back and resets itself
Yes.
up.
Now, the game we taught more than any at the cafe
It's Karuba the card game.
is just Karuba.
You didn't like the card game version?
No, the card game was terrible. Karuba is a very simple, I don't even know what it's classified as.
Bingo mechanic.
Yeah. You have your 4 explorers, and then you have 4 gems, or 4 temples. 4 explorers and 4 temples. So you're trying to get your explorer to the temple the fastest you can, and going over the jewels and things like that. But you're building the pathway. One person turns all their tiles over and draws it. They draw the tile. Yeah, they turn them upside down.
Yeah.
Then they draw that tile. They announce what that tile number is, say tile 17. You place that tile any place you want on your board. So you're building your pathway different than anybody else.
Now everybody else has their tiles face up so they can see all the tiles
that are left.
So they have the slight advantage of knowing, hey, I still have these kinds of shapes coming out.
Yeah. I mean, the person drawing can see what's out there.
They can look.
So it's a racing game with like path building. And so as the most experienced player, I think you would want to be the caller. You would draw it, give the thing, and then again, you place that tile on the board wherever you want to try to build your paths to get your explorers to their colored temples the fastest while collecting jewels that come out, or gems that come out on the different tiles.
Yeah.
Very simple game. Very, very simple to teach. In fact, you can teach it as you're playing it.
Yeah.
And it literally takes like 5 minutes to explain it going into it. So I think it's a great game for introductory to people that aren't gamers or newer into the hobby. Super simple. And it's not a game, though, you hear much about anymore. When it came out, though, it set the world on fire.
Well, that's the thing with games.
Yeah, we're all about the new hotness.
Yeah.
But I still believe that if no, we don't own that game, but if that game is somewhere and somebody's like, hey, I'm not a big gamer, can you teach me something? Boom, that is the game I'm picking. Mainly because it's the game I've taught the most. Hello, welcome to Chalk Covered Games monthly melt segment voted for November 2022.
Yep.
So Tim came up with a poll that he put online, and it was voted on. So what was the poll this month?
This poll for November was Polyomino games.
Okay.
Last month we had 200 people vote. This month we actually upped it. We got 258 people. So the vote did go up, which is nice.
So I guess more people like Polyomino games.
It's hard to say because a lot of people do like spooky games. But this vote was very divided in the comments after I posted the poll with some games that were on there. One game I did have to delete that somebody suggested.
Why?
Because I leave the poll open so people want to add more.
Yeah, why just take it off?
One person put Wingspan.
Yeah.
And there's nothing Polyomino about Wingspan. Maybe Wingspan Asia with that new system they have.
I haven't looked at that.
But yeah, I'm not putting a game that's not there. So we'll start off with the games that got 0% of the votes.
Okay.
Well, at 0%, they still could get one to two votes.
Yeah.
But to start off, the first game got 0 votes.
Okay.
Not a single person voted for this. That's Autumn Meadow. Then
Autumn Meadow.
Yeah.
Not Autumn Meadow.
Autumn.
Autumn Meadow.
Yeah, like the season.
Yeah. Well, you mumbled through that.
All right.
Autumn Meadow. That game was okay. That's the best I can say about it.
Is that the one we played? I thought
we played them all.
Okay.
We played the whole
trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay. Still at 0%. These ones got 1 vote. Shake That City hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
It's gonna kickstart in 2023.
Okay.
And probably get to people in 2024.
Okay.
But it got 1 vote.
All right. Somebody probably played play tested it.
Then number 9.
Haven't played.
Fits.
Nope. Don't even know that.
Tenpenny Park.
I'd like to play that.
Llama Land.
Nope.
Now these ones at 0% got 2 votes.
Okay.
Cottage Garden.
We played that. That one I did think that was okay.
Indian Summer.
That one was okay.
Queen with a Z.
Nope.
And Scarab.
Yeah, I haven't played that either.
Okay, so those were all the 0%. I was really surprised to see all 3 of that trilogy of Polyomino games in the 0%.
Yeah.
I at least I think Cottage Garden's the one everybody thinks is the best one out of the 3. I can't remember which one. I know it's not Autumn Meadow.
Yeah.
But I think it was Cottage Garden. But we played at least 3 of them in that level. Of course, we didn't play the one that hasn't come out yet.
We're not in the playtester level where people send us games to do that.
You said you wanted to try Tenpenny.
Yes.
Or Tenpenny Park.
Yeah.
But all the games you see on the screen now, because somebody said we should put up the pictures of the game, so
it's a good idea.
We'll are 0%.
More work for Tim.
It is. I don't like it. Now we get to the 1% vote, and there are 4 games in this one.
All right.
My City.
Haven't played.
Dinosaur Island, Roar and Write.
Nope.
Cartographers.
Nope.
And Silver and Gold.
Nope. I would like to try Silver and Gold, and I would like to try Cartographers. And I'm surprised that one is not higher.
Cartographers?
Yes.
Well, I found the 1% interesting because 3 out of the 4 are your drawing.
Rolling right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, Silver and Gold is a flip and right.
Yeah.
Cartographer, I think, is a flip and right. I think Dinosaur Island is the only rolling right. But they all kind of came in together at the same area.
But Cartographers was a really big game, and I really want to try it.
Well, I didn't tell you how many votes each thing got. My City got 3, Dinosaur Island got 3, Cartographer got 4, and Silver and Gold got 5. So I was surprised Silver and Gold did beat out Cartographers, even in the slow category.
I've heard good things of Silver and Gold.
But a lot of people just love the game Cartographer. I think there's a couple.
Which is why I'm surprised Cartographers isn't higher.
The next game that's at 2%. There's only one at 2%.
Okay.
Which surprised me that beat some of these other games out. Blockus with 7 votes.
It's a classic game, sort of.
I mean, we played it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if
I think it appeals to non-gamers as well.
I was trying to think if this is a game that is more available because you'll see it at like a Target and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, Blockus was at 2% with 7 votes. Now we got the 3% votes. Castle of Mad King Ludwig with 8 votes.
We played that. That was okay.
In the Hall of the Mountain King with 8 votes.
Okay.
And the game that got the whole comment section up in a tizzy when I posted this game as a choice, Tiny Towns with 9.
I'd say it is a Polyominoes game. It's not the Polyominoes game in the sense of you're thinking of it in the Tetris style.
Well, you put your blocks out in a Tetris style because they make the cities that you put out then.
Yeah, there's the buildings.
Which is funny because when I went to look at the game that hasn't come out yet, that Shake That City, it's the same.
Okay.
Except there's a thing that you shake and it puts the cubes down for you.
But no, I like Tiny Towns.
Tiny Towns was a fun game. We played Castle Mad King Ludwig. It was
That was right when we were getting into board gaming.
I think it'd also been more fun with more than just us.
Yeah.
Never played Hall of the Mountain King. Never even looked at it. At first, I thought it was like a sequel to Mad King Ludwig. But
no,
there's like a billion sequels to Mad King Ludwig.
All I think of with Hall of the Mountain King is
the song.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming you get to play that song while playing the game. With 5% of the vote, with 13 votes in, New York Zoo.
Haven't played. I'd like to.
I think that's like Zoo Loretto.
No.
No. It's not?
I think it's more like Patchwork.
Okay.
To an extent, because you were moving the thing around and stopping, and then trying to put the animals in the same cage, and I don't remember a whole lot about it, but it looked good.
Okay. Next, we have two games that came in with 6% of the votes.
Okay.
One got 16 votes. One got 17 votes. The 16 vote was Project L.
Okay.
And the 17 vote was Feast for Odin.
Haven't played either one.
I've heard good things about Feast for Odin, though.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
So those are games we have to look out for. This next game at 10% we have played.
Okay.
Got 27 votes, and that's Baron Park.
Baron Park. I like Baron Park. I really enjoyed that.
I even spelled it right on here with the two little ooblas over the A. Yeah, Baron Park's a fun game where you're building a park of bears.
Yes.
That's the name.
It's a bear zoo.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mom, Dad, let's go to the zoo. Which one? The one that only has bears.
I would go to that. Though we didn't get to play with the monorail expansion.
No, they got a couple expansions now. They got that. They have, I think it's like the panda expansion or like the polar bear, one of the two.
Oh, I enjoyed that game.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
Next up, with 11% of the vote and 29 people voted, Patchwork. Not surprised. This is the third game from the top. We only have 2 more games, so I'm not surprised to see it so high up.
Yeah.
I think this is.
Now, was it Patchwork, Patchwork Americana,
nope.
Patchwork?
Just plain Patchwork.
You didn't
no one
them out into the. They're all the same. It's just different look.
Now that was even one of my suggested 10 that I put out.
What? Patchwork?
Because I was going to see if somebody put it in.
Yeah. Now, Patchwork is what got us introduced to polyominoes. Well, I guess Tetris.
Yeah.
Back in the day, but in the board gaming thing, it was Patchwork. I think that was we played that like the second or third time we went to the.
It's a very easy game to teach people and learn.
Yeah, it's a good 2-player game.
Next up, with coming in second place,
okay,
with 12% of the vote, is Planet Unknown with 31 votes. I haven't played the game. I've seen the box cover. The second you see the box cover, you're like, oh yeah, that game.
Okay. I'm drawing a blank on it.
I'll tell you, it's a polyomino game.
Gee, thanks.
Are
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
All polyomino games kind of follow the same thing.
Yeah.
Fit the thing in.
Yeah.
It's just got a space theme. And it looks cool.
Yeah.
And the last game on the list, which blew out everything in the water.
Yeah, if number 2 is what, 12%?
Yeah, the next one's 23%. Okay. So almost a quarter of the votes.
Yeah.
With 61%. With 61 votes.
Okay.
Is Isle of Cats.
Never played.
And
it's
It's people love boats, people love cats.
And isles.
Yeah. Well, you're putting cats on boats. You're not putting them on the isles.
Well, you're leaving the island.
Yep. I mean, so that tells you if you want one thing out there, you want cats on boats.
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
I think it also helped that they just had their big box come out not too long ago. That people were thinking about.
Or no, the sequel game.
Well, no, like the thing that carries them.
Yeah, but they just had a sequel game
come with that. Yeah.
Launch on Kickstarter recently or GameFAQ, one of them.
Yeah. So that was of Cats with 61 votes that won this year. Won this month. They won the year.
Yeah, so, if your favorite Polyominoes game wasn't mentioned, put it down in the comments. If you didn't get a chance to vote, let us know what your favorite Polyominoes game is here.
If you're ever looking to vote on the poll, I posted on the Board Game Community Facebook page.
Okay.
Mainly because they have a huge reach, and they let you do that.
And if you have an idea for a poll, stick that down in the comments.
Yep.
We're always looking for ideas and expanding, and you don't know what next month will be yet. Probably haven't thought that far ahead.
It'll probably be your favorite classic games because you go to the families and whatnot. You sit down and you play like Monopoly, people fight, or Scrabble.
And people fight.
Yeah. Well, that's what classic games do. Every classic game that's ever existed, the final rule is fist fight.
Huh. My favorite classic game. I'll have to think about that.
And because that's everybody goes home for the holidays, and they're not gonna bring like a new game and try to explain to like their great aunt Marta. So like, let's just play Talisman. Like great aunt Marta loves Talisman for some reason. It's a classic game. Stratego. Is that better?
Yeah. I'll give you Stratego. I was thinking like Clue.
Clue, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite classic game is. I'll have to really think about this.
Oh, what's the game that we used to play that had like the dominoes but with the numbers?
Dominoes?
No, it had like the printed numbers and it had like one of the tiles was a face.
Rumicube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just had one of those on Kickstarter not too long ago.
Hi-Ho Cherry-O as a kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. You're not pulling like the 30-year-old something's like, we're going to play Hi-Ho Cherry-O.
Maybe. Trouble.
I don't get Trouble.
Chopper Strike.
It's an old game, but not many people have it.
I love that game. I can't believe like either mom and dad or grandpa and grandma got rid of that. I love that game.
Well, now you just have to sit around the Christmas goose and play diplomacy.
Yeah.
And end in a fist fight.
Yeah, is that a classic game?
It ends in a fist fight.
Okay.
That means the qualification.
Yeah. So look for the poll online.
Hello and welcome to Chocolate Cover Games monthly melt segment of Backed for the month of November 2022. My name is Tim.
And I'm Doug.
And for this month, we have 3 new games on the list because they'll always be going forward. I'll never repeat them unless it's like an expansion I backed.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting group of 3. We have 2 abstract games, one based on a book, and another game based on an app.
So I probably haven't played any of these games.
You've played all 3 of them. The first one for this back segment, it finalized on April 28th, 2016. It is from Roxley Game, and I would consider probably my favorite abstract game. Any guesses?
They didn't do Pylos.
Well, they didn't make... Well, okay. My second favorite abstract game.
I don't know.
That would be Santorini.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the few abstract games that actually has a theme on top of it. It has a Greek theme where you're Greek heroes and demigods, monsters. You're trying to build buildings and get to the top of a building on the island of Santorini. It's a very lovely game, very high production.
Yeah.
I love seeing some of the custom versions of the game that people have made, where they like turn it into like a war zone. They paint the buildings, burn. Or one person did like Santorini at night, where they put lights in the buildings and you can play it in the dark. Just fun things like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this game.
You love abstract strategies.
Abstract strategy is like my least favorite game category.
This is the first game we've owned from Roxley, and we go on to follow Roxley and buy more of them.
Well, you have.
Well, like Radlands is Roxley, stuff like that.
I've only backed 1 game.
I know that.
I almost backed 2 this past month, and I didn't.
Well, we'll get to your Doug whining complaint until I back the game later on in this segment. But next up is another game that you despise that I backed because it's an abstract strategy. This one's probably one of the more abstract strategy games I've had.
Abstract strategy?
Yeah, abstract. Well, that's how abstract it is.
Yeah.
It replaces the A sound with an O. And that is Talk, a Beautiful Game.
I haven't played it enough. We only played it like 1 time.
We played it a couple times.
It's like sitting over there.
It's on the shelf.
No.
Oh.
It's over by the garage door.
Okay.
It's where it's been for like a long time.
That was finalized in May 21st, 2016.
2026.
I wanted to say 2016, but that's not a year I'll be alive in. 2016.
Yes.
This game is based off of a book by Patrick Rothfuss. The book's name is The Wise Men's Fear. part of a trilogy of books. It is how to explain this. Each player has a bunch of blocks in front of them.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make a road to the other side. Then you have rocks that can become walls, and rocks that can crush pathways.
Yeah.
And you can build upwards on the road with your own blocks to claim those roads. And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not many rules, but it does live up to it. It is a very nice looking game.
Yeah, it is very, very nice looking.
Yeah.
I don't remember much of it. Like I said, I probably only played it once.
Now, granted, I didn't back it at the deluxe version. I backed it at the base game. The deluxe version was, I think, $600 because they tried to make it like one of those high-end chess sets. It came in a raised box, and it was like a marble playing area, and the game pieces stored underneath in like a velvet box. And I'm like, that's a little much for this game. But I mean, if you love the book series and you're like, oh, this is my favorite series of all time, maybe you spend the money on it.
Yeah.
But it's a good game. Then we come to the last game, which
was
the
the first one that I wanted you to back.
Yep, you're like, I just saw this abstract game that you just had to back. Yep. Yeah, this was the Doug. You should back this game. Have you backed this game? Take a look at this game. I think you should back this game.
Well, you didn't back either of the ones this last month.
Yeah, because you need to learn how to back your own games.
Well, then it wouldn't be part of this segment.
Well, then when we got to that part, you could have been like, this is one I finally backed.
I think I only backed one game.
But this game is based on an app. It is a deck builder game.
Oh, Vikings on Board?
Vikings Gone Wild.
Yeah, Vikings Gone Wild.
The board game.
Yeah.
It was by Lucky Duck Games.
Yep.
And I backed it, finished on June 9th. Wow. 2016.
2016.
2016 in the future. Vikings Gone Wild is a deck builder game.
Yep.
Where you can buy buildings, they stay in front of you, you can upgrade your buildings, and you attack buildings.
And you attack the other person's town.
Yeah.
I just like the look of it. Lucky Duck Games, the look of their games I think is great.
Oh yeah.
From that to
Chronicle
Crime, Jetpack Joyride even looks cool for a video game. That's them.
Fruit Ninja they did.
I like Lucky Duck. I think their stuff's cool, and I just thought it was a unique looking game. Again, this is right when we were starting to get into the whole crowd funding, and it was a big project.
Oh yeah.
At the time, and I do enjoy that game. We got to get that game out and play it again.
I believe that was Lucky Duck's first game.
Yes.
So they have come along.
And I never played the app or video game or whatever it's based on. So
I did. I played it once after we got the board game.
Yeah.
Didn't care for it.
So the board game's better?
Yeah.
It's the best of the three here.
No. That still goes to Santorini.
No.
The problem with I think the thing they learned from that one is to make smaller games. Lucky Duck. Because you remember the size of the board?
Wasn't that?
The board was bigger than what you think. I think it'd probably go from this edge of the table to that edge of the table.
No,
it was massive.
That big.
Because you set out everything on the board.
It's not like boards now, man. Some of these games now, the boards are huge. Well, they're not huge. They're long.
Well,
apparently we're in the time of long boards.
No, they're also huge because the one game you thought about backing was 15.
That was two boards. It was two separate boards.
15 cubic feet of boards.
15 square feet between the two.
Yeah.
And I'm bummed I didn't back it, and I should have.
I mean, we would have to remove this table, the stuff over there.
Right now it's in Pledge Manager, I guess, or whatever, that I can late back it. I'm still. And it would be a nice Christmas present.
I mean, well, Christmas 2016.
No, actually, it's being delivered. I think in March, because it's a second edition.
Classic March Christmas.
Well, the Christmas present would be like, "Hey, I made this pledge," and then when it comes in, I guess you just make me wait till next Christmas.
Yep.
When I don't care about it anymore.
When we no longer have any 15 square feet of room.
But so those were the 3 games that we're covering this time in Backed.
Yep. We're still in the 2016s.
So
hello and welcome to Chocolate Covered Games for the monthly melt segment of Off Topic. My name is Tim.
And I'm Doug.
And for the month of November, I've got to choose our off topic. Yeah, we got a beat. For the month of November, the off topic I've chosen is very seasonal based.
I thought you were going to say it was very off topic.
Well, it is. And that is the topic of. Sorry.
There's a bee flying around.
It's very distracting. It's bananas.
Okay.
You know, BANANAS.
Okay.
I was thinking about bananas lately, mainly because I came across an article with people arguing what is banana, which was an interesting argument.
Okay.
With a lot of different results. One was way off topic, so I'll start with that one.
Okay.
People claiming a banana is a melon. Banana is not melon.
No.
Well, there's a thing called the banana melon.
Okay.
It's a melon sort of shaped like a banana. It's like if people turned on the internet, saw that, and be like, no, banana's melon. And they did zero research. That's how you got a bunch of people claiming banana's melon. The most popular theory is banana's fruit.
Yeah.
Banana may be fruit.
What else would it be?
I've yet to sign off on fruit yet.
What else?
Well, the thing is, what do bananas grow on?
A tree?
Wrong.
It's not a nut.
It's not. It doesn't grow on a tree.
Just grow on it.
Grass. Because the thing that we call a tree does not count as a tree, because it doesn't have like the thing that makes tree. So the tree part gets classified as an herb. So it's a giant herb. So people classify banana as herb. And those people argue that you're looking up at banana tree is tree?
I'm looking up at what it grows on.
It grows on an herb. The banana tree is an herb. So people claim, oh, banana must be herb then. I don't subscribe to banana as herb.
What? So banana plants look like trees, but are actually giant herbs.
Yeah.
Related to lilies and orchids.
Yeah.
The plant grows from a root similar to a tulip bulb. Well, holy... What?
Why would you think I would lie to our lovely followers about bananas? So then people claim herb. I say no, because no, it's not an herb in my head anyways. So then people branch off and say, oh, well, then it's the seed of herb. So they're like, banana is seed. I'm like, I can see that. It's a seed pod that has the seed in it. Because there are plants that have pods with the seeds.
Well, it says that they grow from banana bulbs.
Well, the thing, like, flowers. Like, there's pictures, like, bananas, like, flowering into this thing, which looks like a football.
I'm, like, stunned.
Yeah, bananas are confusing, is what I learned when going down this hole.
Well, they're not very good. I'm not a banana fan.
So, you know, I thought, okay, I would accept pea pod, or, like, a seed pod, because that's what peas are. Peas come in a pod, and they're the seeds. So, I thought, okay, I would accept it as banana is seed pod. So I would classify that up there. Then people make the argument banana is berry because of the seed. The thing that destroys that argument is they're considering all of the banana edible, which you could eat the peel, and that would be part of the seed. Because to be a berry, the seed must be on the outside, like strawberry, raspberry.
Yeah.
The seeds are you can see them on there. So I don't buy the banana is berry farm. No one, surprisingly, made the argument that banana is vegetable, which I was glad.
Yeah, it's not a vegetable.
Well, you know, then people made argument that banana
is meat.
No, is grass itself, because they consider the whole thing a grass.
Okay.
Because as an herb, you know, like chive is a grass. What do you call it? Cilantro, oreganos, they're all in the grass family. Because herbs and grasses are essentially really close.
Yeah.
So people were like, well, this is obviously a grass we eat. I would consider no, because it has a seed. Then I remembered, there's grass seeds. Because I was an idiot trying to claim that bananas weren't grass at the time.
Yeah, there's grass seed.
Yeah. So I couldn't rule out banana is grass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the outer fringe of what I'm willing to accept banana is. But if somebody said banana is grass, I'd be like, oh, I'll accept your answer, crazy guy. That banana is grass. No one argued for meat. No one argued for fish. No one argued for dairy, thank goodness. I'd be very upset if somebody argued for dairy.
Yeah.
So, after a while of doing research for a couple weeks here, I've come to the conclusion that whoever's in charge of naming things in this planet needs to set down the law for bananas. We are a society.
Well, it's been determined it's a fruit.
No, it's heavily argued that it's a fruit. I mean, we're this.
Well, when you go to the grocery store, where do they put it?
Doesn't matter. They put milk with a Y instead of a I with the other milks, and it's not milk. I'll never look at almond milk and be like, they squeezed those almonds good to make that milk. No, that is almond water. Thank you very much. This should be with the waters.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they have to refrigerate the water section.
Which right now in Pennsylvania, you just set it outside.
Yep. But
when I went to the grocery store last night, I thought I could get a case of water outside. It's already refrigerated.
But
so you can store everything outside.
Yep. So they need to come down hard on what bananas are. Who's ever in charge? Because we've sent people to the moon. We're sending people to the moon again. We sent unmanned space units to the edge of our solar system, and they're still going.
Yes.
And we can't figure out what banana is.
It's a fruit.
It is most likely a fruit. Kind of like how gravity is just a theory. Well, I think they. Yeah, I think gravity.
For a second, I thought you said ravioli is a theory.
Well, it is. That's gonna be 2 months from now. You can't prove ravioli. I think ravioli.
Yes.
Gravioli, which is gravity based on ravioli, is just a theory to me. Is gravity a law? I think gravity is still technically a theory. So we're a society that can't agree on gravity yet. So we're fighting about bananas and what to classify them as.
I'm classifying it as a fruit, and I'll lay down the law.
I'm really tempted to start classifying as an herb. That way I can go to people's houses and look at their spice rack and be like, interesting, I see you have no banana here. And just to confuse them.
It grows, it's an herb. It grows on an herb plant, tree, bush, herb, whatever.
It grows on an herb grass.
Yeah.
So that herb grass, like name one other grass that produces fruit.
I don't know, cat grass?
Yeah, that classical fruit cat grass.
Crabgrass?
Yep. I mean, I can name other herbs that are grass-like, like lemongrass, chives, parsley.
Lemongrass. There's a fruit grass.
There's no lemons on that grass.
Does it taste like lemon?
Not really.
Why is it lemongrass?
Color.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had lemongrass.
You've had lemongrass and something before. But yeah, there is no other fruit that grows on grass. You get fruits on trees, fruits on bushes, but never grass. So I'm starting to believe those crazy people that say banana is not fruit.
It's a fruit.
I would accept herb or seed.
It's a fruit.
It's an edible seed.
Fruit.
So, this is probably one of my more heated discussions of off topic. It's right up there with Lego when I got mad at Lego.
So where do you stand on, is banana a fruit, an herb? Is it better in chip form?
Smoothie. You can do a lot of things with bananas.
The only good banana thing is banana chips. Otherwise, banana is terrible.
Yeah. But as Gwen Stefani said in Holla Back Girl, it's bananas. B-N-A-N-A-N-S.
Sure.
It is.
I know.
I heard that song a billion times going to college.
But So where do you stand on bananas? What's your favorite thing to make with a banana?
Yep.
You know,
So,
I do lie.
what?
I love one thing banana.
Ice cream?
Two things banana.
Chips and ice cream.
Banana bread.
Uh,
Okay, three things.
pudding.
No, because it's vanilla pudding with the bananas in it, and I eat around the banana.
Dipped bananas.
No. Banana bread, banana chips, and runts. The banana runts.
I don't think Runts exist anymore.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Runts
And
ceased.
the chunky monkey ice cream with the banana ice cream's good.
Yeah, see, I said ice cream.
Yeah. So I guess I just don't like it in smoothie form or actual banana form.
Well, you don't tend to eat a lot of seeds to begin with.
It's maybe what I don't know what it is with bananas. Maybe I have a love-hate relationship with banana.
Maybe you're so confused what you're eating, you refuse to accept it.
Yep.
You sit there and all those people that see those documentaries where monkeys look complex while eating a banana, maybe they're thinking hard to themselves, what is this I'm eating?
Yep. Yep. They're the ones who know what it is. Is it a fruit, a seed, or whatnot? But in the comments, what do you think a banana is?
What's your favorite way to prepare bananas?
Yep. Do hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell.
Share this video more than any of our other videos.
Yeah. Get people up in arms that bananas are herbs now.
Make this your fight at this Thanksgiving.
Yep. Not you know
Don't
the football games.
don't bring up football, politics.
Yeah.
Bring a thing of banana pudding, like Doug said, and say, I made you this lovely herb pudding,
Yep.
and see how it goes off.
Yep. But thank you for watching.
And as always, stay sweet.
As always, and then you forgot what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say go bananas.
Yeah.